Welcome back, everyone, to the Slander Entertainment review of Black Lightning. Tonight we'll be reviewing the episode, The Book of Thunder. So we're going to break it down by each plot point, make sure you guys understand the nuances of this episode. Alright, it starts off, Jefferson, he just got beat up by Joey Tomato. I don't know how that happened, but he's still out there in the streets trying to pick himself up. Meanwhile, the police, they are coming for him, and he needs help. Alright, so then a shadowy figure shows up. I'm thinking this is someone here to hurt him, here to help him. I don't know what's going through my mind. What did you think about the shadowy figure? I think it was Gambi, right?
Yeah, it turns out to be Gambi, creeping up in the rape van. I didn't know who was coming for him, but then Gambi shows up in the substitute pimp uniform. He looked like a sci-fi channel version of The Undertaker.
He looked like a licorice flavor colored Carmen Sandiego.
He looked like a bootlegger from who used to bootleg bootlegs.
He looked like a discount Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, so yeah, Gambi was looking just real weird. Like, I don't know where he got that costume from. That was just like a little continuity error, I think. But
he got it from the fork in the road to perdition.
Shout out Tom Hanks.
He was feeling so much.
At one point when he went to go get him, he stopped and looked at me. He was like, "Damn, I'm flying." Jefferson's on the ground like, Gambi, I'm too hurt for you to stunt.
He took like 3 selfies of him with the shotgun.
Yeah, so Gambi comes to the rescue, picks him up in the the black van, and takes him back to the lab. You know, hooks him up, get him back real nice, and he calls in special ops. Leg comes into the scene. And, she does her doctor thing, neuroscience thing, patches Jefferson back up like they used to do back in the day. But, Jefferson tried to get all, touchy, feely, but she was not having it this time. What was going through your mind in this scene?
So, I think her feelings were justified, especially after it was laid out clear that something is going on with his powers, and now he's on this. But he's so single-minded on this vendetta that it's like, I gotta get Joey Toledo. And she's like, motherfucker, your brain bled and then healed back up again. No one has ever analyzed this shit. And just because it healed back up again, don't mean the shit ain't proper. So nah, don't touch me thinking you gonna get something.
He just thought, oh, I got my ass from about to get some ass. But then one thing that I love about this is she dropped the hardcore truth bomb.
Exactly.
She was like, let's be real and recognize some things are real. Your daddy is dead. Wyoming is not a state. You sit out but her like, wow, you said my father is dead. Oh, she told you something that was true.
She's been telling you this is every past 3 episodes.
But my thing is, the more important thing, your brain bled.
So moving forward, come to find out, Joey Toledo, he got connects in the police office, and Inspector Henderson, aka
Mr. Tibbs.
Yeah, he's not liking what he's smelling right now.
AKA Tom from Boondocks.
Yeah, Inspector Henderson is not liking what he's smelling right now. He's like, who called in that tip? Let you know the Black Lightning was back there.
And the white man didn't even try.
Yeah, it was so blatant. It was so blatant, like
JT
had turned the phone towards him.
Somebody.
So we finally see the real corruption. Well, we didn't see it, but Inspector Henderson actually, definitely sees the corruption in the police force. So we'll see what that leads to later. They didn't really touch on that much in this episode after that. Later, we get a scene of something that seems all too familiar. Like, not too long ago, but in the recent past. A Confederate statue and some protesters, and they show up and vandalize the Confederate statue. So, of course, Anissa gets arrested. I think it's probably like her 5th time this season. So, she's in a police station, talks and getting real.
You have Jefferson, because once he bells her out talking about, you're a black woman out in the streets, and all it takes is for one of these cops to take. First of all, I love the fact how real the conversation was.
Yeah.
It was like one of these cops can make up any small, minute thing and kill you for it. And then you preach this to your daughter, but yet you have your wife and your partner in crime telling you, hey, yo, something's wrong with you. You need to take this easy before you cross the line, and you get killed. So you got this, it's do as I say, not as I do type situation,
of course,
which is really hypocritical.
If you notice at the end of that scene, they showed him in a mirror, and it just reminded me of a line you said back in the episode like 1 or 3 or something like that, that he's yelling at himself.
You're yelling exactly what he's doing. He's yelling at it's like he's a young child looking at himself in a mirror saying, why don't you act right? And then she's looking back like, and oh boy, I can't wait for next week when they have that conversation.
Well, and also too, Jefferson has brain damage. Motherfucker's brain bled. No. Why is nobody talking about this?
So moving on. Just a little bit further in the episode. So of course, Black Lightning is hitting the streets. Well, before this, Jefferson starts putting some things together. It's like, if Tobias is albino, that means that he may have some medical problems going on. So let me look up a little bit about albinoism. And he realized that they need, certain treatments and whatnot. So he goes to find a certain doctor in the neighborhood who works with albino patients. And of course, he shows up, no car, because, Black Lightning just walks the streets. We don't see how he ever gets around.
No, that man fly now.
Okay, he flies. To be fair, he flies. But he walks into the building, to the office. He confronts the doctor, and the doctor almost shitted his pants. He was like, well, just the money's in the safe. The combination is 2, 5, 3, 4.
My birthday's in February. I'm scared of the color green and talking trucks. Like, he spilled all the damn tea. Oh God, Tobias has my family. You know what I like to eat. You know what I'm allergic to. Oh God, I like no shit myself.
He'll kill all of them. I'm like, at the same damn time.
You know I'm Black Lightning, right?
And the whole time I'm sitting there like, damn, girl, spy.
So what we get at here is Black Lightning just said, if Tobias makes an appointment, just give me a call if you feel like it. So we'll get to that plot point a little bit later. But we get a little bit about, of course, we got to have some ant farm development in here. So she hits the scene. And, of course, we got a little bit of cyberbullying going down. Guess Melania Trump's not doing her job. Basically, the girls that she got into an altercation with in the previous episodes, just calling her, she's acting white. Something we haven't really seen in a long time. And they actually addressed it in this episode, which I really love. So how did you guys feel about that?
I thought this was amazing. Especially, I know this is being a tired phrase, not the word woke, but I'll just say how understanding the children were, especially in this high school. I guess it's time to understand that black isn't one thing. Mm-hmm. And I love the speech that Jefferson gave. He's like, black is literally everything under the sun. Mm-hmm. There's no way to be black. There's no way to act black.
Her issues in this episode is more so coming between her and her relationship with Nelly Clone. All right, so how we think about that interaction that went down? Like, he was basically like, get out of my life.
He missed the lunatics. That's all it is. Ali and Murphy Lee don't come around like they used to.
You got the nerve to be sitting up in your chair talking about underlay, get out.
Like, man, your Air Force One is clean.
I see that Anissa developed her powers this season, so we're thinking that she's going to get her powers before the end of the season 2. It's going to have something to do with Nelly.
Well, one thing I think that we missed on this is that he's just pretty much exhibiting the stages of grief. Because if you notice in the past episode, he was exhibiting denial. I'm going to walk again. There's nothing they can tell me. I'm going to rise above this. I'm going to beat this.
They were like, yo, you can't.
He said, then they were like, then he finally got hit with the wall. Now he's going through the grief stages, and then now he's lashing anger. Yeah. He has to go through the phases to come to terms with the fact that he will never walk again. And you have Tobias offering maybe this false hope. But it's a bite of the poisonous apple. It's, I can help you, but there's no such thing as free help.
Right. So we get back to the plot point of the Confederate statue. Turns out something that was very similar to what happened in Charlottesville. Someone got ran down. So they pretty much just lifted that story and put it into the show. And so we have some people grieving at the statue. So a superhero shows up out of the shadows, and she says, I'm going to do something about this. She inhales and stomps the ground and breaks the statue.
No, there were so many ways that she could have done this properly. Like, you got people here crying. You got a guy eating a hot dog on the side. I don't know why he was even there.
Pretty sure he had condiments on there too.
Exactly, man. He was in the middle of pouring a relish. And then you had some lady down on her knees, sitting there crying with flowers in her hands.
Somebody with asthma.
And then you gonna choose dead of all time to stomp the yard. And then shatter racist statue dust all everywhere. That dude had his plane open. This lady was mid-tier. Now she's covered in racist statue
And then she looked like she wanted to eat renege when she ran away. Like, oh shit.
She was like, oh wait, I thought we got a standing ovation. Like, they're not crying because of the statue. They're crying because of the digger.
So after that, Anissa takes this time to call her mom's like, yo, Mom, I'm coming by, coming clean. I got something I want to tell you. So we finally have some development going on with mom and daughter relationships, and she's going to reveal her powers to her. So while that's happening, man, Jefferson gets that call. He's like, Mr. Black Lightning, sir. Tobias is coming for his appointment. You coming through? I'm on my way.
First of all, he was all loud with it. There was literally another doctor like behind him. Like, what if he was a snitch just like Snitchy Ricardo up in Lynn's office? Like, and then
yeah, doctor was all like, doctor doesn't know the meaning of covert.
Yeah, he was all wrong. And then Black Lightning was no better because he on the phone. Then Ant Farm walking, he like, oh shit, they coming.
Black Lightning shows up on top of a downtown building, and he's charging the Kamehameha wave, the final flash.
This motherfucker is putting the soul of his people in the chart. This is from the first battery he ever touched, charged. Like, he's sitting there powering up this huge wave, sitting there shining like a giant asshole that nobody can see in the sky.
Like, what? Yeah, that wasn't covert at all. Like, you just turn yourself into a lighthouse.
Exactly.
I don't know why no one didn't see.
And as sensitive as Tobias is the light, you think he would have been like, damn, look at they light. And, oh shit,
It was funny. This wasn't even charged by electricity. It was charged with hate.
He out there making balloon animals with electricity.
I heard you wanted a swan.
Meanwhile, Gambi got Lynn on the phone like, stand down, Jeff. This isn't you. You're not a murderer.
First of all, the level of telling. The level of snitching on people in this episode has been off the charts. Gambi was like,
you gotta intervene. I'm like, first of all, you sound like a nagging girlfriend trying to get back with her man.
He crosses the line. Gambi tells me you're crossing the line. I'll need you to sit your black ass.
So as Lynn is trying to talk down Jefferson, someone breaks into her lab, and he's like, you know what? I gotta go save my girl, save my homegirl. So he stops what he does. He says he's on the way. Conveniently, Thunder is there to save her mom as well.
First of all, these was obviously from their intimate starter kit because they didn't have any mask on or anything. And if I'm not there to hurt you, these guns look awfully
Discount John B was shaking the gun. I'm like, dude,
look like Diggle.
Yeah, got jiggle fits.
So Thunder comes there, wreck shop, tossing goons from left and right. One of them never discharged his weapon. I think she just gave him a swift kick in the butt, and they just run out of there. They skedaddle, like literally skedaddle. Like, it was kind of.
Go on and get.
At the same time, Black Lightning shows up.
No information. She had no information walking into that room. Why, if she was hurting your wife, why would she be untying her?
First of all, this man affected the environment where he walked. Jennifer should have been like, no, I'm sorry. Anissa, as soon as he came in the room, should have been like, you got it.
But no, fuck that. When the fight popped off, she was handling him.
Exactly.
She was throwing grown man punches. Like, at one point, Black Light was like, yo, hold up, wait a minute. I didn't have my VA. My electrolytes are kind of low.
She was like, you must not know about me. I disrespect my elders.
Exactly. He's sitting there throwing lightning bolts. She's like, she shot it again. She's like, what? He had the soul grab her ass.
Yup, gave her the okie doke. Threw her up, threw her down, knocked her out.
Send her to the window, to the wall. Sweat ran down his arm.
So all's well means well, but you know.
You just abused your daughter.
He knew that was her. Because then right after the fight, he turned her over. Anissa! He knew that was her. You were still pissed off and you still had brain damage. You had to break her out of jail.
We get a family revelation moment. You know, Jefferson knows that Anissa has superpowers.
Kick his ass.
The episode ends on the final note of Anissa finding out that her dad is Black Lightning. So we left on that cliffhanger. In between that, though, we have one final scene. This is Tobias in a car with Nelly. And, you know, Nelly has pretty much fully turned. He was like, you know, I'm trusting you to, you know, fix me up. And I hope this is the right decision.
Pretty much like you got the juice now.
And so we're going to see where that goes. I mean, we even get some, henchman number 1 was actually like talking. Like, I've never heard her speak before.
Exactly.
I mean, Joey Tomato was doing some talking. Henchman number 1, Giraffe Neck, she was doing some talking.
Giraffe Neck, a.k.a. Discount Bayonetta,
a.k.a. Great Value Kristen Ritter,
Dollar General Christina Ricci,
a.k.a. Discount Aeon Flux,
a.k.a. 4 Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, and one more thing. Gambi, I don't know what he did in his previous life, but this was a bad man.
Did you not see the trench coat and hat?
You can't keep a player down, but he meets up with Lady Eve. And she is like, oh, hey, Mr. Gambi. And apparently he trained her, whatever they did, whatever ASA is, they worked together and you know, she said this town could have been yours just like it is mine.
Why do I feel like they couldn't use checkmate or Argus? Or
because they said they were from some bureau and like they're really hush-hush about it, so it has to be, I'm thinking Cadmus.
Whatever ASA is, I want to know more about it. But apparently it runs deep because they know everything going on in this city. And, you know, Gambi is like, I told you guys to lay off the Pierce family. And she was just like, yo, the doctor was doing some research, looking into some stuff that we didn't want her looking into. So, you know, we try to handle it. So, you know, hopefully I want to see where this goes, where, you know, what kind of secrets is Gambi holding back? Because it seems big, man. This is pretty big. I say overall it was a pretty good episode. At first it kind of had me like, eh. But at the end I was like, oh.
Well, he beat on his kids, so I think called
She grown.
She's an adult.
She's an adult.
He whooped her like he didn't even know her.
He didn't.
Like, that's how you box women in the street. I mean, I get you giving equal opportunity ass whoopings, but damn.
But you gotta ask, did he pass the guy that left on his way in?
Nah, he just came descended from the sky. It was like, I'm here to fuck some shit up. You heifer.
The man got brain damage. Leave that man alone.
So that concludes our episode review of Black Lightning, Book of Thunder. Overall, it's a decent episode. Can't wait to see next week. Check out some of our other stuff. This man, tirelessly, week after week, I don't know how he does it, but he reviews The Flash. And he does it for you guys. So check those out. It's called I Got the Runs. And apparently this week's episode was...
I lost my soul a long time ago.
Alright, so check that out. Check that review out. They're pretty funny. We also do reviews for Arrow. Check out our previous Black Lightning reviews. And be sure to check out all of our The Power of Color series that we did. We had an episode featuring a black superhero every day this month of February. We'll put the link up. You can check them all out. That's right, every single day. Last one will be featured tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a very special. If you like Black Lightning and you like families of superheroes, tune in for tomorrow's episode of The Power of Color.
Exactly. So, like, subscribe, comment what were your favorite parts of the episode. What are you looking forward to for next week's episode? And hit the notification bell. We have new episodes of anything every week. So, catch you guys later.
Stay plugged in.